Welcome to episode 3, How to Trade Like Jesse Livermore, Part 1. Today we will go over 10 concepts with graphs and explanations. First, what is a whole movement? Second, what is a 4-point system? A, B, C, D. Third, what is a 20% top line? Fourth, what is a 20% bottom line? Fifth, how do you calculate maximum profit? Sixth, how do you calculate reasonable profit? 7, who is Mr. Peanut Profit? 8, sit tight. 9, how to trade breakout or buy point. 10, how to trade exit or sell point. Now, this is the fun part. We're going to draw 3 graphs. This is graph number 1. It is very easy to draw. Here you have the x-axis and the y-axis. The x-axis is time and the y-axis is price. This is graph number 2. You draw 2 horizontal lines, the 20% top line and the 20% bottom line. In between, you have this 60% area between the 2 lines, and this is what Jesse Livermore called the whole movement. And you're supposed to make money off this whole movement. This is graph number 3. You're going to add A, B, C, D on this graph. They are the intersection between the graph and the 20% bottom line and the 20% top lines. This is an explanation of the 4 points, A, B, C, and D. Let me give you an example of Yahoo between 1996 and 2000. The stock symbol is YHOO. The start low, or the IPO price, was $8. The high was $240. The end low was $16. This is the graph of 3D printer, symbol DDD. You can plot it yourself. It's very easy to do. Just look at the perfect symmetrical pyramid. Just follow the A, B, C, D system. Draw 2 lines, the top 20% line and the bottom 20% line, and you're going to make some good money. This is the graph of Micron, symbol MU. Just look at the perfect symmetry, the almost perfect pyramid. How do you calculate your max profit? Your max profit is done by dividing $240 by $8, which makes it 30 folds. But nobody can make this kind of money. You know, if someone tell you they can buy at the lowest point and sell at the highest point, it's all bullshit. So what is reasonable profit? A very skillful stock trader can make between 300% and 500% profit between 1996 and 2000 with Yahoo. So what is the secret? The secret is sit tight. And I'm going to give you 2 quotes here of Jesse Livermore. Men who can both be right and sit tight are uncommon. I found it one of the hardest things to learn, but it's only after a stock operator has firmly grasped this that he can make the big money. Now, one more quote. It never was my thinking that made the big money for me. It was always my sitting. I was trading Cisco in 1998. Somehow, in 3 months, I made 30% profit. I sold it, and I thought I was a genius. 2 years later, in 2000, I checked the price quote of Cisco. It has gone up 600% after I sold the stock. Instead of making 600% profit, I made 30% profit. Remember this phrase, Mr. Peanut Profit. Now remember this concept. If you can sit tight, money could be raining from the sky for the same stock that you bought. Just remember you have to sit through the entire whole movement. How to trade point A or breakout? I have 3 rules here. First, the breakout has to be in high volume. That is 3 to 4 times higher than the average volume. Why? If the volume is not high, it might be a false breakout. Second, look at the big picture. Is this a bull market or is it a bear market? If it's a bull market, go ahead. Third, is this the right sector? Be sure you're trading the strong sector. This is a picture of the breakout. The entry point is also point A of the ABCD system. How can you tell the market has reached a top? I have 2 favorite chart patterns here, and they work 70% of the time. These 2 chart patterns are the head and shoulder pattern, the double top pattern. This is the head and shoulder pattern. Be sure you understand what is a left shoulder, what is a right shoulder, what is the head, and what is a neckline. This is one of the most reliable patterns to tell a market top. Here's a picture of a double top. Be sure you understand point C, which is the big blue dot here. How do you trade point C or the exit point? I have 3 rules here. Rule number 1, look for the head and shoulder pattern or the double top pattern, which I just covered. Rule number 2, look at the big picture. Is this a bull market or is it a bear market? If it's a bear market, sell. Rule number 3, 20% stop loss trigger. I will cover stop loss in another episode, Money Management of Jesse Livermore. What have we learned today? The 10 trading concepts of Jesse Livermore. Now, please do the following exercise. Exercise 1, be sure you draw ABCD graph at least 10 times. Exercise 2, be sure you look at and review the graphs of DDD and MU at least 10 times. Or you can plot yourself easily on the internet. Finally, remember, trading is hard work. Thank you for watching. I will do video how to trade like Jesse Livermore, Part 2, Money Management, soon. Please subscribe and leave your comments and questions below. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.